I never understood why gay people or the LGBT community as a whole support gay marriage, because you are the people who align themselves with feminists, and therefore you claim that gender is a social construct, which it isn't. But it shows me that you are against social constructs, but then you supported the social construct called marriage. Like, are you, is that, I don't have words for that, sorry. It's just, this is why people hate us. That's what I'm going to say. That being said, I used to follow a YouTuber. Her name was Diana Davison, and she said, I don't know her exact words, but she said, imagine someone wakes up next to you like your partner, but you don't know if he wakes up to you because he's afraid of divorce or the financial loss that comes from it. Because when you wake up to someone next to your partner who you're unmarried to, you know this person is still there because he loves you, not because he thinks he has to like keep the commitment or is afraid of the financial loss of the divorce and everything. And that's also kind of like my personal opinion. I don't need marriage for what. And we could have easily solved that because we had civil unions, and we could have just simply like these tax benefits, immigration benefits, and that you can visit your partner in the hospital. That could have been added to civil unions, but you didn't do that. You wanted marriage instead. And this is just, as I said, hypocrisy, because we LGBT people, we aren't the most traditional people. Why did we want the traditional, this traditionalist concept of marriage? Idiotic, as I say, as usual. And what annoys me about that is you always say you want heterosexual straight allies, but when you always take away stuff from them, annoy them and making fun of their traditions, there won't be much straight allies in the future anymore. And I'm not even saying this to pander to conservatives or anyone. It's just this marriage thing. It wasn't worth it for me. And I think it's important that we coexist with Christian conservatives, because from my perspective, in Western civilized Christian countries, I as a gay person, I am safe there. But when we do this crap, wanting marriage, which could have easily been solved with like given all these benefits to civil unions, we wouldn't have this war now between Christian conservatives and the LGBT community. Like, since then, the relations between these two groups has become worse and worse and worse. And I know that your main argument or your main motivation for doing that wasn't equal rights. If you were concerned with equal rights, like, you would have done something else. And I'm telling you what, because in 2017, it was, until 2017, it was still legal to be fired just for being gay in the United States. And gay people knew that. They talked about it all the time. I have to say, though, I don't know if this is the truth. How does that work? Does your employer approach you and says, you're gay, you're fired? How? But it doesn't change the fact that the LGBT community thought this was an actual thing, and instead of solving that, they legalized gay marriage first in 2015. So basically, if a homosexual partner, let's say a lesbian, goes to work and says, yeah, I married my lesbian partner, and as a result she gets fired, and because it was legal, because we gay people didn't have priorities. How was that something to celebrate? It really looked to me that the only motivation, or the main motivation, was here to crap on straight people, taking away another tradition from them. Because for us gay people, Christians are the easiest targets, especially when they're white, heterosexual males. And I would advise you not to make them your enemies, because they are currently working together with Muslims, which, as I said in another video, is not a good idea, because Muslims kill Christians too. They're only pretending in Western countries to cooperate. So if conservative Christians listen, please don't be fooled. But it doesn't change the fact that when we continue as the LGBT community constantly destroying traditions, and this is what we're doing. We were already successful. There are already generations of people like millennials and Zoomers. They don't value traditions and marriage and these things anymore. Basically, Western society is collapsing, and we LGBT people are contributing to that. And you might think, no, oh, this is a good thing, living in a pro-LGBT dystopia, but it's not what's going to happen. When Western civilization collapses, you know who's coming? The Muslims. And, you know, in Islamic countries, the gay people have no rights. We will be thrown off roofs, killed, honor killings, or just for fun. We will be imprisoned. Gay marriage will be will be the least of your concerns. And I'm just saying it wasn't worth it for me, and it shouldn't have been worth it for you legalizing same-sex marriage. And you are hypocrites anyway, because I think in the UK there were 2 heterosexual people who wanted civil unions. Like, they wanted to go into a civil union, but they were denied that because civil unions were only for gay people. And instead of supporting them, you make fun of them. And it also, when you think about it, it shows that we could have easily already have married. You just had to choose a partner of the opposite sex. I know that sounds mean, but I'm just saying it really should have been the way: civil unions for gay people and marriage for straight people, because it can't be like for them, it's for, especially for these conservative Christians, it is such a holy thing that marriage is between a man and a woman. And we basically, with inviting same-sex people into that, it is basically defining the sanctity of marriage. And with doing that, we're destroying Western civilization. And I just told you what the end result of that will be. And I'm not even a hypocrite with that, because, for instance, for my past videos, you know that I think men should have a financial abortion. They shouldn't have to pay for a child they didn't want, because women have the choice to abort. And this in itself isn't equality either, because if I would hypothetically demand equality, I would say that men should have the right to demand an abortion. But because I know that it's the woman's body, it is not possible. So I'm like advocating for a similar right that gives men the same opportunity. And this is what I'm arguing here too. Straight people had marriage, and we gay people should have civil unions with the same tax benefits and so on. It would have also given us the same opportunity to have the same rights as straight people, and then we would have equality. We would still continue to coexist with Western Christians, like in a healthy way, you know, live and let live. But because we are not doing that, we fight against them at every opportunity we get, because they're an easy target. They are currently cooperating with Muslims, and this is just simply not a good thing, because Muslims will be our death sentence when Muslims take over the West, like they will, because they're outbreeding the white people. That's again also warning to Christians. You will be dead too, just a little later than us gay people. This is just not a good thing. LGBT community, it is not in your best interest to crap on Western civilization, to make fun of it, because you will go down with it. You won't survive that.